Yo, YouTube family, back on another live stream. Sitting here waiting for my trailer actually. About to go home. And hadn't done a live stream this week. Started doing a live stream a few weeks ago, here and there. And they're cool, man. Give me a little bit of time to interact with y'all. Whoever hops on the live stream with me. It's not a thing where I go on at a specific time or anything, but sometimes I just like going live. So if you're checking in, if you're here, hit me, send me a message. Let me know you're here. I waited today. I wanted to get on live all day, but I said, I need to wait until I can actually see, if somebody comments. So that's why I'm doing live now, because I got a second to sit here. So let me know you're here. Say what's up if you're here, and if you got any questions about what I'm about to discuss real quick, feel free to ask me, because I'm sitting. I can respond. I can see your question. I can respond to it. So we always checking in. Absolutely. Dirt Transport. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, bro. Or sis. Appreciate you for being here. So real quick, let's get into it, man. I had a viewer recently that just asked me about wheel time when they're in CDL school. He asked me how much time should he expect to get behind the wheel when he is in CDL, when he is in paid CDL school. So I told him I'd drop him a video real quick. So that's what we're gonna talk about. If you want to hear about that, feel free to stick around. If you're watching this on the replay, that's what I'm about to talk to you for the next few minutes, and we'll talk to you about wheel time. I made another video with my CDL review. You can look it up on my channel, or you can type in those keywords, CDL school review. And it talks about my experience in CDL school. And one of the things I talked about in there was the lack of wheel time that a lot of people felt like they didn't get, right? With being in paid CDL school. So I'm not gonna dwell on the lack of time that you may get. I'm just gonna talk about how much time you probably should expect to get behind the wheel when you're in paid CDL school. So, right, let's dive right into it. We had, first thing is you need to have your medical card already when you start CDL school. If you do, then you can go right into getting on the road with an instructor. You can't go out on the road with an instructor unless you have your learner's permit. So you need to have your learner's permit, your medical card, and your learner's permit before you go out, before you even start CDL school. That way, every day that they go out, you can do that. When I was in CDL school, for the first 4 weeks, I didn't have my medical card or my learner's permit, so I couldn't go out. Now, during those first 4 weeks, what they had me doing was some classroom work, if you want to say that, some paperwork stuff, papers, answering questions, taking quizzes and stuff, going over the FMCSA book. They did have some things they had to go over with us in there, and then we had to take little tests on that. And then, also during that time of not having my learner's permit, I also had to, then we would go out in the yard and practice backups. So we would either be in the classroom, doing tests or quizzes or whatever, learning from the book, learning from the FMCSA, listening to the instructor talking to us, or we would be out in the yard practicing the 3 different backups that we had. Once I got my learner's permit, I was able to go out on the road with an instructor. Now, every weekend, because I went to CDL school on weekends, every weekend they had somebody going out on the road. It's just that if you didn't have your CDL, your learner's permit, you weren't allowed to be one of those people that go out on the road. So what I'm getting around to again is just making sure you understand that if you already have your learner's permit before you start CDL school, you got a better chance you're likely to get more time behind the wheel, right? So once I got my learner's permit and I was able to go out on the road, it was 4 of us in the truck, okay? We, each one of us got a chance to drive around the block, a big block, a little block. But essentially each one of us got a chance to drive around a big block, about 20 minutes, about 15 to 20 minutes at the most, around the block. And then the next one would get in behind the wheel. All of us was in the truck, some of us was in the back, some of us was in the passenger seat. Next one would go around the block, and then we do it again until all 4 people had gone. And then we would go back to the yard, and we would get out of the truck and they would pick up another batch of 4 and then take them out. In my opinion, that was, a bit of a problem. Because again, there was a lot of people in school when I was in there that didn't feel like at the end of the process they got enough time behind the wheel, right? Some of them didn't have their learner's permit the whole time that they were in school, and so they take advantage of that time. And then even when they did get their learner's permit, they only got a few. They didn't feel like they got much time daily behind the wheel, much wheel time. So. I passed my CDL test at, the first time, so they gave us enough wheel time, but there was a lot of people that didn't feel like they were getting enough wheel time. I would think, how much wheel time should you be getting? How much time should you expect? I would think that if there's 4 people in the truck, like the scenario that we was in, factoring in, you may need to be practicing on your backups, right? Because we even did that even after we got our learner's permit, because you wanted to stay sharp on your backup techniques, so you'd be ready when it comes time to take your actual CDL test. So I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying. What the hell was I saying? I'm looking at these trucks pulling in. That's what's got me confused right now. I'm sitting here looking at the yard, and our yard is getting full. So it's a truck out there waiting on the road, waiting to come in. This guy with the flatbed, and it's a bunch of stuff going on in front of me. So that's what I'm paying attention to. But yeah, how much time you should expect behind the wheel. That's what I was talking about. I'm sorry about that. I have my Class B, definitely looking forward to getting Class A, absolutely. I would think in that scenario, you should be able to get, if it's an 8-hour day, getting enough wheel time. Yeah, appreciate you, Dirt. I appreciate you. I would assume, right, if it's an 8-hour day, it's an 8-hour day at school. So if it's 4 people in a truck, man, I want to say at least 2 hours, right? 2 hours for each person, but you eat. I don't care what situation you're dealing with. You're probably not going to be in the truck by all 8 of those hours. So at least an hour a day, you would want to have. You should expect to get behind the wheel. We didn't get. I don't feel like we got an hour a day. I didn't time it, but I don't feel like we got an hour a day. Not each one individually behind the wheel. Like I said, we got about 20 minutes a day behind the wheel. So, but you should expect about an hour a day. That's what the school needs to be giving you. You may or may not get that, but that's definitely what you should expect. Like I said, when I was at school, man, there was a lot of people once they got done with the course that just bottom line didn't feel like they had enough time behind the wheel once they got done with testing, and some of them even postponed their test date, right? Because they didn't feel like they was ready for it. Because he was like, I don't feel like I got enough wheel time. So if you're in that situation, the best thing I can tell you to do, man, is say something to an instructor. If you're in school right now and you feel like you ain't getting enough wheel time, you know what I mean? Definitely say something, because you're paying, right? And some of the schools charge you if you go there past the extended time, right? Comment, it's a 3-hour window and you always end up getting 25 to 30 minutes max. Seems crazy. It's every school doing that. There you go. There you go. So yeah, it's obviously a lot of that going around with people feeling like they don't have enough wheel time. So like I said, if you're going through that, best thing I can suggest to you is say something to your instructor, right? Say something to people at your school, right? Because you are paying, and you're paying to that's what you're paying for. You used to paying to get done with the course after 30 days if you're going during the week, or after 60 days if you're going on the weekend like I did, and you don't know, and you feel like you don't know what you're doing. But like I said, I passed on time, so from my perspective, they give you enough wheel time. So even though it ain't enough, I always like to say it's enough if you don't waste it. You can't be playing around. So that's pretty much all I got for you, man. Like I said, I just wanted to come on. I like coming on, doing a live stream every now and then. I wanted to come on earlier today, but I figured I would wait till later on this evening when I could actually look at my camera and interact with any comments. So, hey, this is Maurice Bay, the helpful trucker. Hope you got value from the video. If you did, be sure to Hulk smash that like button. And I'll see you on the next upload. I appreciate everybody that attended, that was here on the live stream. Definitely appreciate you, Dirt, for your comment. Absolutely. See y'all on the next video. See y'all on the next live stream.